With this session update, I'm Shannon Lurkey. A tentative agreement has been reached between the House and the Senate on a bill that would replenish the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund and provide bonus payments to workers who continued to work during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. A press conference has been called to talk more about it. Let's go to the Capitol for this media event.
Go ahead. Yep. Everybody ready? All right. Good morning, everyone. We are here to share that we have reached an agreement in principle, at least a verbal agreement, pending final language on the Unemployment Trust Fund account as well as frontline workers. So the outline of the deal is full UI. We're fully refilling the UI Trust Fund to prevent any unnecessary tax increases on businesses across the state of Minnesota. We're doing $500 million for frontline workers. The eligible group of workers will be determined by the House, and we're using all of the federal ARPA money in this proposal. So the legislature will appropriate all of the federal funds in this deal. And then in addition to that, we have agreed to the legislature will appropriate $190 million for steady COVID relief response efforts that the state is already doing. And that money will have legislative oversight. So that's the deal in principle, and Senator Housley can talk a little bit more about the frontline worker portion.
Yeah. Really excited that we've got this deal done and that those Minnesotans that stepped up during COVID, those frontline workers, will finally be able to get those thank you bonus checks. So this is a good day for Minnesotans, and we had 8 meetings over the course of the last 9 months. Representative Winkler in the House headed up their side and heard from all sorts of Minnesotans that got up, went to work every day despite knowing they were facing COVID, and those people deserve to be thanked. So I'm extremely excited that we will have $500 million to start getting those payments out to those people as a big thank you.
And it's approximately going to be $750 to 667,000 workers. So approximately $750 and approximately 667,000 Minnesota workers.
Does all the money go to whoever? I mean, if smaller number applies, do the checks get bigger, or how do you see it happening?
No, it'll be the same dollar amount for all workers, and there'll be a process that they have to apply for it. And if all the money is not used, then it would cancel back.
Do you know what the timeline for that process will be? Like the applications opening, and then when folks will actually get those checks?
I can answer that. So when we had the Dolly commissioner, she was part of the working group, all of the commissioners were, it's going to take them a little time. We thought that they could get it done a lot quicker than they said. It'll be a few months, I'm guessing, before those checks actually go out.
And I actually have a meeting shortly after this with the department to go over some of those details. So our goal is to get these checks out and in the pockets of frontline workers as quickly as possible.
Senator Miller, can you talk about when things kind of changed? They wanted $1 billion for a while, but you guys were pretty firm on the $250 million number for a while. So it's what changed inside the negotiation room to make you move?
Here's what changed, just ongoing conversations and a better understanding of where all the parties were at and the importance of UI, the importance of frontline workers, and just as a result of ongoing conversations, we continue to work at it, and the speaker and I have met several times over the last week or so, and again, I'm happy to share that we came to a resolution that we feel is really quite good for the people of Minnesota.
This is a big time for the surplus. It's also a big, milestone and many months of negotiations. I mean, does this bode well for future negotiations in the next 3 or 4 weeks here?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get in the weeds here, but Majority Leader Winkler said that the check size will be dependent somewhat on the application size. So he thinks that checks could be anywhere from 500 to 1,000. Is 750 going to be listed anywhere, or is it kind of flexible?
I have not heard that. I mean, if you divide 500 million into 667, if you divide 500 million by 667,000 workers, the number is 750. So, I mean, it might fluctuate a little bit, but my understanding is it'll be the same amount for all workers.
But the same amount could be bigger if there are fewer than 667 applicants, eligible applicants.
It could be. I'd have to read their language. We're taking the House proposal, so I will have to look into that a little bit further.
But the number
I haven't
750 is
seen-
not going to be anywhere.
The number 750 is not going to be anywhere, no.
So it won't be like a rolling, you apply, then you get it. You'll have to have a period, and then at the end, you see how many people apply, and then the next, okay.
In order for that process to work, that would be, and that might be the House language. I don't know what was
Yep.
talked about in the working
That's what we
group, so
talked about in the
That,
working
that could be
group.
correct then.
On the UI side, I know it's a little tricky because some businesses kind of submit their payroll tax information and then schedule the payments for Saturday. But do you know how many businesses have already paid and will have to be refunded? Or will be refunded?
I do not know the answer to that question. We're going to have some discussions with DEED to figure out how many businesses have paid and then what is the process to unwind that or refund or credit the businesses that have already
Like
paid.
credit them for the next quarter
Yep.
or something?
Yep, and there also have been some discussions, there were discussions last night, again, I haven't seen the final language, this is a little bit of a work in progress, but to potentially extend the deadline for when those taxes are due for the businesses that haven't paid them, just because we're so close to getting this done. And again, we tried to get it done earlier. As I've said before, we passed a bill, I think it was February 14th, had strong bipartisan support. It took a little bit longer than we had hoped, but the final deal is a good deal for the people of Minnesota, and we're happy to get it done.
So how do you, is it 400 million or how many, I've heard the number 400 million in terms of how many how much in taxes that are about to be due at this deadline from businesses? Do you
That
have a
I don't
sense?
know. I don't know. I apologize.
How do you see the rest of today? Is the House gonna bring up something and then are you guys gonna start it? How is the process gonna look like?
So the UI bill's already in conference committee, so there will be a conference committee. If everything goes as planned, there'll be a conference committee today. And our hope, the Senate's hope, is that we will take this up for a vote today on the Senate floor. There is a 12-hour rule, so we will need the Democrats to help us to suspend the rules in the Senate if we're going to take it up today. But in an effort to help streamline this and expedite it to get it to the governor's desk as quickly as possible, it would be best for the Senate to vote on it today. And then the House would get that conference committee report after we vote on it. If they have enough votes to approve it, which I suspect that they will, then it'll go to the governor's desk for his signature. So it should be on the governor's desk tomorrow.
You talked about, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just, the House wanted unemployment insurance benefits for bus drivers and other school workers. Is that off the table now?
That is not included in this.
You talked about the guardrails on the federal money that you're sending the administration's way to use. What can that money be used for?
It'll be for their steady COVID response. So basically, what they're doing now for COVID response efforts, testing, those types of things, they will continue to use it for that. And the guardrails are going to be reforms to the LCRC where there's more legislative oversight.
So there's 1 billion going, the rest of that money is going to go to this deal plus some from the surplus, and then there's 190 million for the governor to, with oversight to continue to use to respond.
Yep, so the 190 will be general fund appropriation. All the ARPA money will be used up in the UI bill. It's the Senate proposal for the unemployment insurance trust fund bill.
So what does this leave for the broader budget negotiations? How much of that surplus is left to be determined after this bill passes?
Well, it's still a pretty significant amount. That would be a question for Senator Rosen. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but I mean, the biggest piece of ours was a tax relief package. So that, while we passed it through the Senate, it obviously hasn't been signed into law yet. So there's still a pretty significant amount of money that can be discussed between the House and the Senate.
Is it roughly $6 billion? I mean, is that kind of the...
I can find out for you, Brian.
Brian, I'd have to do the math.
The
'cause we did,
RUI plan is about 480 million of general fund for unemployment, and then you would do the 500 million, and then you do the 190.
I know the numbers based on
600 million.
I know the numbers based on the bills that we're passing, so that's what I have in my mind, but I don't know based on what we've already passed at this point.
Senator Housley, you were on the working group for frontline worker pay. Obviously, blew past the September 1st deadline, and there was a lot of frustration among frontline workers about where are the checks. So I'm wondering, since you've been through that whole process, what you would say to those people now that they're finally probably going to get a check soon, hopefully?
Yeah. First, thanks for stepping up and going to work every day, even though they're faced with the fear. They need to be commended, and this is a big thank you to those folks. We heard so many testifiers come before us, from long-term caregivers, our nursing homes, our assisted living, our nurses, the food people in our hospitals and in our long-term care facilities. We heard from MnDOT drivers, school bus drivers. We heard from so many people that wanted in, and that was the difficult part, because we were allocated $250 million. So where do you draw that line on who's frontline and who's essential? So I think everybody that did come before us in the committee over the 8 weeks will probably be getting a check here shortly, because they had some compelling testimony, and so this is a really big thank you for all of those Minnesotans.
You got to realize that these Minnesotans took incredible risks, not only for them, but their families, to help keep other Minnesotans safe during a very difficult and challenging time for all of us. So this is our way to say thank you to those incredibly brave workers.
This is off topic, but Senate Democrats yesterday were raising some questions about the Deer Farm amendment being taken out of the bill yesterday, and your family, perhaps some sort of family ties to Deer Farm. Can you respond to that?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
My wife Janelle and I have several different businesses that we're involved with. Deer farming is not one of them. I do have a brother that's a deer farmer, but I have no involvement or knowledge of his business activities.
A bill that's on the floor today, the redistricting tweaks, there's a couple of the possible tweaks that have been posted for public view. One would affect Senator Westrum's ability to run from his cabin or live in his cabin. The other one, a House member, stay in his place. Are those likely to happen, and what can you say about the process for changing this court map?
I will say it's an ongoing discussion. That's all I have to say about it right now.
I think you got to get on the floor. We're in session now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. We can sneak out.
Okay. Yes.